careers of our children, and it is to that essence that this conference is put together this morning. Before we begin, I want to invite two of our very hardworking teachers to come and lead us in opening prayer. Mrs. Tracy from Abuja Girls NTIC and Mr. Mustafa from the Abuja Primary for the Christian and the Muslim prayer respectively. Please, can we welcome them on stage, please?
Let's pray. Most gracious and everlasting Father in heaven, Father of all, we are grateful unto Thee for this gathering. We are grateful for the lives of everyone here present. We are grateful for this event. We sincerely ask Thee, as we commence this activity, may Thy grace be upon us. We ask Thee for direction. We ask Thee that all that will be speaking today, that Thou will direct their words, and that all that will be talked about will be of great benefit to our children. We pray, dear Father in heaven, that even as we learn today, that these messages will be of great impact in the lives of the students, and they will be great at their respective career, that they will be great influence in the society. We pray for all this. We pray for Thy mercy. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Let's pray. As we are gathered here today for this conference, whatever it is we are going to discuss that is going to affect the life of our children, may it come to fruition. I seek refuge from Allah against the accursed shaitan, and I begin with the name of Allah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. May Allah take us back to our respective destination respectively. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mustafa and Mrs. Tracy for the opening prayer. We will take the national anthem now. I want to crave your indulgence to please be on your feet as we take the national anthem. Thank you. Thank you very much. We may now be seated. Thank you. All right. We want to recognize the presence of some of our principal officers of the school and some management staff and other parents that are here this morning. In no particular order, it is my pleasure to introduce to us this morning the principal of Abuja Co-Education, who is here, Mr. Ramsey Butajirai. You are welcome, sir. We also have our principal from Abuja Boys. He's also here with us this morning. Our principal from Abuja Boys, can you please be on your feet for recognition? You are welcome, sir. And I believe that principal from girls section is on his way. When he comes at the close of this conference, we're going to introduce him to us. We also have vice principals from the 4 schools, Abuja Co-Education, Abuja Girls, Abuja Boys, and Abuja Primary School. Our vice principals are here to welcome. Thank you for coming. Can we answer our vice principals? Very happy. We also want to introduce to all this morning the head of college and career counseling department, Mrs. Sultan. Thank you very much, ma'am. Also, in this conference this morning, we have the head of academics of nursery and primary section, who will also be giving the presentation of this conference, Mr. Abdulsalam A. You are welcome. Of course, this program is basically nice for parents to know how to set a career path for their children. My father studied medicine. Your great-grandfather studied engineering. Oh, no. Your father was a professor of history, and he did very well until he passed on. You too must study history. I think we have gone past that regime, and that is why we are here this morning, to see how a career plan can be discussed and planned for our children. So we have our wonderful parents with us this morning. I can see here the vice chairperson of Abuja Co-Education Parent and Teachers Association, Vice Chairperson Mrs. Habiba Ahmad Rufai is here this morning. Thank you very much, ma'am. We also want to recognize other PTA executives from the boys section, primary school, and the girls section. And very importantly, all parents. Can we all put our hands together for all the parents that are here this morning? I actually know how Abuja parents can be very busy throughout the whole week, and we want to unwind during the weekend, but they are here this morning. This is a big sacrifice, basically, for our children. We also want to introduce to us the guardian teachers that are here from the various schools, the guardian teachers. Thank you for coming. And also our very wonderful teachers that are setting the path for the students. The teachers are more in this conference this morning. Can you please put your hands together for the teachers? And teachers, can we please put our hands together for ourselves? And every other management staff from the head office that are here this morning, that time will fail us to recognize. Thank you for making our time to come. All right. We are here this morning, like I've been saying, to see the involvement of parents in setting a career path for the children. The parents must be involved. The career of the child cannot be done independently without the parents. Of course, the parents are like the primary stakeholders in trying to set a career path for the children. At this moment, we want to take the opening speech, and it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage Mr. Abdulsalam A. Ahmed, who is the head of academics, nursery and primary section. Please, can we celebrate him, please?
Very distinguished PTA ESCOs here present, esteemed parent of NTIC, very distinguished teachers, friends of NTIC present physically and online, individuals in the career path, different heads of schools from NTIC branches, nationwide, the head of the career department, the local organizing committee of this wonderful event today, ladies and gentlemen, I extend a very warm welcome to every one of us here seated today. It is indeed a great honor for me to welcome us all to this very important event of today. As a representative of the Managing Director of NTIC, in person of Mr. permit me to tender apology for his unavoidable absence this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished parents, indeed, what better time to converge to talk about the career of our wonderful students and the career citizens of tomorrow. It is important as we gather today to discuss the role of parents in the career planning of our children, to take into cognizance that the evolving world of the labor market is no longer what it used to be. As a unique institution, a world-class secular one for that matter, NTIC is saddled with the responsibilities of raising academically excellent, morally upright, and socially responsible students, and by extension, the career citizens for Nigeria and for the world. Today, the career team will be exposing us to several techniques and several things that we need to know about the career planning for our children in shaping the pathways of their career tomorrow. From the earliest moment of their lives, and as they grow, parents' role evolves into mentors, confidants, advocates, and particularly to becoming the shaper of the future of our wonderful students. We are thrilled to have experts seated with us today who will be educating us on better ways to training our kids on the career path. We must learn, unlearn, and relearn as we sit tight this morning with a team of experts from the career department, taking us on a journey to better the lives of our wonderful students. Ladies and gentlemen, as we delve into the intricacies of career planning, let us take a moment to reflect on how we communicate with our children. Are we staying informed about educational opportunities, career pathways, and the engaging industries that our children may venture into? In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished members of the ESCOs, of the PTA, wonderful principals here seated, I urge you all to embrace the parental role in raising our children towards moving them into a journey of choosing the right path. And together, let us empower them to dream big, to pursue their passion with courage and determination. I thank you sincerely on behalf of the NTIC team, the entire community, for your investment and time into our beloved NTIC. I look forward to a very insightful discussion and deliberations that would lead us to choosing the right career for our children. Thank you for coming, and I wish us all fruitful deliberation. May all our children grow to be useful children to themselves, to their families, and to humanity in general. Thank you, and thank you. God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdulsalam A. Ahmed, for that opening speech. In our midst this morning, we are privileged to have a seasoned educationist, someone in the educational sector that has contributed greatly in the advancement of education, particularly in Turkey and around the world. He's not any other person, but I've just been told that he was the vice principal of my principal and his wife at the time in Ankara, Turkey. This morning we are privileged to have all the way from Canada, Mr. Dervish Durmuş. You know the feeling of seeing not just your old-time teacher, but the one that positively impacted your life. And while the people was telling me about him, I could see the excitement on his face. He was one of the vice principals of the best of school
in Ankara. Also became a principal in one of the best schools in Ankara, Turkey. Thank you very much this morning, Mr. Dervish Dorumush, all the way from Canada. Welcome to Abuja, Nigeria. All right, we want to invite, at this point, Mrs. Sultanat Rachmanova, who is the head of College and Career Counseling Department, and she will be speaking on a role of a parent in child's career planning. Mrs. Sultanat, please.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Simon. Good morning, dear parents, dear teachers, PTA members, Mr. Durmush, and all the other people who are joining us today physically and online. So as you see, we're going to discuss the role of a parent. As a parent myself, I'm really honored to be talking about this with us all. I hope you don't mind standing here. I want to be on us to be on equal grounds. So let's start then. If you were given some papers, so while we're still discussing, please, this is a cable chart. What do we use it for? So as you see, it is for us to fill out the first two columns now. The first one is what I'm in SS1 or SS3 even. So what do we know, or what have we researched? And the second one is what I wonder. What are my inquiries regarding today? So what I want to take home with me today, right? So I'll be kind of what we've been discussing. So what they love, not because it's prestigious, not because their friends are doing it. They should be doing it because they love, because the world needs it. You know, as NTIC, we really are invested in giving back to community, because if we are, you know, there is a story of a child changing the of a father and daughter. So a daughter wants to play with a father, but father is very busy. So he tours the world map and gives it to her, and says, "Please, when you complete the map, come back, and then we'll play." So in 2 minutes, the daughter is coming back to him with the full map. So he's very started like how a young child could do the world, could complete the world map. And what did the daughter say? She said that at the back of the map, there was a person. I changed the person, I completed the person, and the world got better itself. So you see, everything depends on us, and it is one of our main goals as NTIC, to give back to community. So when we consider our future career, we should always think, how can we be helpful to people? So what world needs right now? What is the problem there? How can we make it better, right? So then comes what we're good at. Of course, this is one of the main pillars. I may be good, my memory may be good, but if I'm afraid of blood, can I go to medicine? No. So I have to consider something that I'm really good at, and this way my career will be something like a hobby at the same time. And of course, the last one, what you can be paid for. Of course, yes, we are charitable people, but we also should be reasonable and discuss the financial aspect of the career. So what is next? So we're going to talk about 3 important parts of our kids' lives. The first one is primary. Then we're going to talk about middle school, and then we'll proceed to high school. So primary years are the basic, the fundamental years, I guess. It's when you establish the habits, when you establish the basics. So what are they for us? Reading, one of the most important things a person should be doing, regardless of their age. So at least 10 pages a day. So how can this should be our main goal. We should be helping our kids. We should be helping them to read at least 10 pages a day. You know the benefits of reading. It's a totally different topic for the seminar, so we're not going to dive in it. We know it enhances the cognitive powers, it enhances the empathy, and there are a lot of positive things we can discuss about the reading, but it's not our topic today, so I'm just moving on. And 200 Essentials, this is one of the amazing projects of NTIC. Our kids are reading from primary. And that we have a nice list of books, classics and contemporary writers that our kids can read during their reading time. This is one of the important things for NTIC too. So then we have to focus as parents, core subjects. So are our children good at English? Do they have problems with science? Do they have problems with math? So we should be considering that, because these three will be the basics of their future classes and academic success. And of course, extracurriculars. Long time ago, we discussed it with some of our parents before. Academics was one thing, when IQ was on the top. But now, we know, instead of IQ, we have emotional quotient, right? Intelligence quotient is not so important right now. So we have to focus on emotional empathy. So, and of course, we should be focusing on a person and on its needs. So that's why NTIC and in primary, in all our branches, we offer extracurriculars. So there, our students can participate in Olympiads. So you can help students to participate in the programs, because, you know, it helps them to socially grow. It helps them to see that, especially I am a mother, so my child participated in Math Without Borders competition, for example, and after seeing the questions, he understood, okay, Mom, I see that math can be a little bit different. So these topics are unknown to me, so I should study them. So you see, or maybe some of the stuff cannot be clear, and so I think he's more into math right now after the competition, so we should be allowing them to do so. Then, of course, we have clubs. And why have I put music first? Generally, we consider that if we send our children to coding, they will be really good at everything. Their brain will be perfect, like a Hulk's brain or something. But in reality, what researchers have found right now is that music helps your child's brain to develop faster, for 20%. So 20% more. So music is better than, yes, I'm not saying coding is bad. Coding is important, especially for future engineers. But in general terms, music is always helping kids to grow mentally and physiologically. Yes. And of course, we have to pay attention to their language exams. Why we're talking about language exams? Because all the universities require language proficiency exams like IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo. We're going to discuss about them, but we should be preparing our kids from primary. One exam a year helps them to be in tune, help them to see what is awaiting them in the real exam. They help them to understand the strategy of the exams. So that is the general understanding of primary preparation for universities. Of course, there are more ideas like, you know, being exposed to careers, seeing other people doing something, shadowing the jobs, but it can come at later times. Sorry. Okay, and what about middle school? Again, I left reading on top because I think it should be there all the time. We should be reading all the time, us, our children. I don't know, we have it at school, but it's always interesting, more interesting for children to see you as role models, to see you reading. It's a really nice picture, and it's a kind of an inspiration or source of motivation for them. Then come academics. Now, in primary, we have marks, but they are not serious as they're going to have to be in middle schools. And universities start to look for transcripts from GS years. So we should be focusing on their transcripts and their GPAs. So GPA is a grade point average, means their transcript. So is it 90, is it 95? You know, the scholarships are generally provided for students who have the GPA higher than 90, 95. So if our child is struggling, if our child's GPA is 70, so we should be thinking, how can we help this child so that they can get higher than 70 or get to the 90? Preparations for national Olympiads. You know, at NTIC we have groups, we have clubs for Olympiads. So this is an important thing because academics play really important role in university applications. So you start preparation for national Olympiads there, and we have tons of projects. It doesn't have to be exactly related to NTIC. Maybe you have some project in your communities. So they should be starting participating in those. And of course, we, as career counselors, start the career sessions when they are in GS3. So step by step. We have sessions with them, we have sessions with you, and we come up with a career plan, career map for our kids together. And multiple intelligence tests. So this is, I think we as parents always forego. We do not pay attention to that. Multiple intelligence is the concept where, is actually a theory where so researchers suggest that people are all intelligent. It's just someone is better at math. If I'm not good at math, it doesn't mean that I'm not intelligent. Maybe I'm good at languages. Maybe I'm good at sports. Maybe I'm good at arts. There are 12 different types of intelligence. So do not get angry with your children if they do not perform well in math. They are intelligent, but there must be something different. Maybe we haven't found that thing yet. They are all geniuses, especially younger generation. So please, we consider our children as if they're our equals age-wise. But the education we got long time ago is different, and the world that we were children is different than what we have right now. So we should, when we raise our children, we should not be thinking about how our parents raised us. It's how our children prepared for the next 10, 15 years. So that should be our goal. And of course, we have some extracurriculars in middle school. So extracurriculars should always be something that you should encourage your kids to do. Not only academics, some sports, some music, arts, maybe some leadership programs. Right. So then we go to high school. Okay. Okay, so again, reading. It's not only for our students. Reading is for everybody, so I still insist it should be on the top. And of course, we have academics there. And what is different in high school is internship programs are introduced. So you want your child to go to university, to one of the nicest universities, but let's say your child wants to study medicine. And serious institutions will be looking at the previous years, what your child has done in high school. That was a preparation, that was a step towards a career. If your child is going for medicine, but there is no preparation, they say, okay, I don't see that this child is serious. So they want to see that your child has done some internship, maybe some job foreshadowing. So we have to focus on that too. And as NTIC, we provide a bit of help in SS2. We try to arrange some internship programs for our students. They go to different places. So for example, they go to hospitals, they go to software companies, just to see how the future, the future of a doctor is seen, or what should they do when they are in a coding company or software company. But what we offer is like 8 hours of 10 hours, but as parents, we should be encouraging them to do more. For example, the summer is coming right now. What our children are going to do? Are they going to just lie and watch TV or just watch the TikTok? By the way, TikTok is banned in my country because it was interfering with the children's education. So are they going to be on social media all the time? So how is it going to happen? So if we have something like an internship, maybe you have some friends, maybe you have some relatives with appropriate or relative companies or firms, you can just send your kids there so that they can know what is it that is expecting them in the future. And leadership courses, this is another goal. So we are raising future leaders. So we have vision courses in the SS2, but we have to, our children should be people who are going to change Nigeria. Not only Nigeria, I believe that they're going to change the world. We shouldn't be thinking in limited parentheses or something. We should be thinking widely about our kids. And of course, they should be good leaders if they want to conquer the world. And CV building, that is for career officers to help our kids. Then we have personal statement, career tests, of course, extracurriculars and supercurriculars. We have Miss Adiat from the girls section who is going to talk about extracurriculars and supercurriculars later, so I'm not going to dive into that. So this is approximate actions we should be taking when our kids are in SS2. So not SS2, in SS1, SS2, SS3, because SS3 is too late to decide. So now JUMP results are over, and we'll see parents coming, like, what can we do with our kids? And it's already, I'm not saying it's late, there is still possibility, but if you want your child to go to a nice institution, because, okay, why do we focusing on nice institution? Because nice institution means networking. There will be a little bit of difference of a child who studied in any university and then a child who studied in Harvard. Who will have more connections and who will have stronger connections? Of course, the one in the Harvard. I'm not saying, yeah, we should opt for them, but why not? So that's why okay, sorry, I was pressing it without even, okay. Okay, just a second, I think there's a problem. We should go back, Mr. Brain. Yes. Yes. A bit more. And one more. Okay. So let's talk about sample career plan. So as a career department, so we should be focusing on this. So not the career department only, of course, with the parents. Together, we come up with this. So what are the requirements? My daughter wants to study, let's say, she wants to be a physical therapy assistant. So that is my goal. So what are the requirements for the field? What kind of skills does she currently possess? And what should be a plan to reach this specific goal? And what kind of job experience have we provided for her? And of course, career opportunities where she can do this. One of our students wants to study psychology, but parents is insisting that it's not going to work here in Nigeria. So this is the career opportunity. So do we have it here? Maybe not yet, but it will develop. It is one of the needs of a person to be understood, to be heard. So they will be coming, but it's a bit on an early stage, at an early stage here in the country, but it's getting popular all around the world. So opportunities are big for this specific program, let's say. And of course, we should be focusing on salary. You can just go to Glassdoor and other sites where they provide with a specific margin for the salary of this field. Right, so career tests, this, we have specific tests for every field, for every group, for every section. So we have RISEC tests, we have MAP tests, we have multiple intelligence tests. So we can take any career test with our kids that we want, as long as it is a requirement. So don't worry if you don't think there is a test you can take with your child. We can help you with any. There is a personalities test, and there is one we're going to do with you together. So don't worry about that. Department is going to help you with the proper career tests, hopefully. So now let's talk about personality type. So, excuse me. So I think you have some jotters and pens that were given to you. You'll be asked just 4 questions. So in your jotters, you can take, you can write, like, you can make this chart for yourselves with 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll be writing letters on the thing below. Okay, so please just make a chart for yourself. There will be 4 questions, and under each questions, you'll be writing a specific letter. And we'll see. You already know who you are, but sometimes there are some hidden parts that you may not be aware, so this test will help us. So let's go to question number 1. Okay, so are we outwardly or inwardly focused? So are we extroverted people or introverted people? Please read the description and pick one for your first question. Okay, if we're through, let's go to question number 2. How do we prefer to take information? So do we like sensing it? So do you feel like you have a strong, you're intuitive person, you have like strong intuition, or you are just sensing it? So let's pick one. Okay. Next one. So how do we prefer to make decisions? By thinking, by making some research, or by feeling? So I'm not going to say it's generally true of women, but I think we're more emotional maybe. Thank you. Okay, so are we making decisions based on our thinking or on our feelings? And the last one. Okay, so how do you prefer to live your outer life? Judging or perceiving? So you will see the description there. So judging person is the person, you know, with strict rules for themselves and for people around them, or you prefer to be a bit more flexible? So what are we? Okay, yes. Here are the 16 personality blocks. You will see them on the paper. So each of them indicates. So just now, yes. Should I go back? Okay, am I too fast? I'm really sorry. Let me go back. Yes. Which? From the beginning? Okay, okay. Sorry. So, yeah, no problem. Let's go for the first one. Okay, when you're through, just tell me. So I will switch the slide for the second one. So the first question, please. Okay, the second one. Okay, second. Okay, third one. Okay, and the last one. So as you have noticed, you have 4 letters. So it can be ISTJ, it can be ESFJ. So based on these letters, you'll be able to see the basics of your personality. So they're here in the papers we've provided. And yes, if you want to revisit the letters, you can look at them here. So the full description has been given. And here we see the 16 personality types. And based on these characteristics, we can offer our children a career that is fit. I mean, that can fit to their characters, to their personalities. This is important. You cannot make a shy person president. No, you can. No, it's not a problem. They will all have people around them, but they should be a bit more outward. An introverted person would not like to be in. So you have to consider this too while helping them. This was just for you to relax because we're going to give more information. Okay. Okay, I'm holding it backwards, sorry. Okay, so personality types key, they're also provided on the back, at the back of your page. Now, so university admission success. If we look at this pie chart, you will see that almost 60% of it is academics. So when we say academics, it's still, yes, your child can be a perfect sportsman or perfect artist, but lessons are still important. No, scores are still important. So we should be paying attention to academics, like their competitions, international competitions, national Olympiads, so anything that is related to their success in academics. So, and then we have extracurriculars, a larger piece of pie, also compared to the other two. So extracurriculars or more, we have more now, supercurriculars. This is a phrase coined by the Cambridge University. So Ms. Sadiat is going to talk about it a bit later, sorry. And of course, recommendation letters. This is another thing. So if we ask for recommendation letters, basically we'll be asking some teachers. But if my child is going to study law, I'm not going to ask a recommendation letter from the chemistry teacher. Yes, it can be good. He may write a nice piece. But my child is studying law. Who do you think can help her in this field? A government teacher, a civic teacher. Because this is what my daughter is going to study when she's going for law. And if she's going for medicine, whom should I ask? Biology teachers, chemistry teachers, right? Maybe as counselors, yes, we're going to provide with the recommendation, but still it should be career related. So all the steps we take should be for our future career goal. So I'm going for Olympiad. If I'm going for engineering, I should definitely participate in physics or math. If I'm going for cooking, I should be taking some clubs, like cooking clubs. We have home skills, life skills clubs here. So I should be considering this all the time when I think about my child's career. Then comes personal statement. So what is a personal statement? As we come across with this generally when our kid is in SS1 or SS2. Personal statement is an essay consisting of 300 to 500 words describing your daughter's future inspiration or aspirations, or your child's future aspirations. It can be about, generally it can be about the plans. So there are 3 questions our children should answer in personal statement. It's again another topic. So we're going to help our children with, in this. So they're going to learn how to write a proper personal statement, but we as parents should be aware of what it is. So in personal statement, we answer 3 questions. Why do we want to go to specific university? Why do we want to do specific career? Why do we are opting for this? And the third one, of course, what are our future plans? Are we learning something and coming back and changing Nigeria? Or are we going to stay there and continue our life there? So the universities would like to know what you're planning. Okay, so this is the admission success pie. And now, let's talk about exams. There are specific exams, more than that. I've just taken the basics we should be aware of. So all universities will be asking the language proficiency exam. So this is an English exam, basically. Yes, Nigeria is an English-speaking country, and our kids are in English language medium for more than 10 years, but still it is a requirement. So we should start preparing from SS2, not SS3. You should leave SS3 only for JAMB and WAEC, and if you're writing NECO. SS2 is a perfect set to do other exams. What are the English exams? They are IELTS, basically accepted everywhere, TOEFL, generally United States and Canada, and Duolingo. Duolingo is an upcoming English language exam that you can take at home. It's very simple. It's much cheaper compared to others, and but the requirements may change. So not every university is accepting this, but there are like more than 27 countries that are accepting Duolingo right now. So if you're interested in this exam, career counselors at your school will be glad to help you. So, and A-levels, generally, and it's a Nigerian tradition to send most of your kids to England. But, you know, I've noticed what, I'm talking about what I've noticed or what I've observed. So generally, you know, the Nigerian curriculum, Nigerian education, or WIAC curriculum, call it, is 12 years. Compared to UK, where the education is 13 years. So what do they say? We can accept you because your education is not enough. So we need you to go through some preparation first. So that's where A-level comes. There are also different names for that. We can call it a foundation, but foundation have some limits. So if you want to go to UK or to some universities in Canada, A-level will be your best option. It is an 18-month course with specific, like you don't take 9 subjects as you do for WIAC, you just take 3. And if your child is in WIAC curriculum, you'll just have to add 1 year to it. And you know, with our children being so young, I don't think A-level is a bad idea. So we can, and it will help us, it will help our child, you know, in preparation for the university. So then of course we have JUMP and WIAC, and you know, as NTIC, I'm sure as parents you have seen these books, so our kids are really provided with everything to succeed in JUMP. They have books, they have CB classes, SS3 especially, they have it like every week. So we do what we can to support our kids in this journey. So for JUMP and WIAC, hopefully we don't need to worry. So we have the probable preparation. Of course, I'm not saying that SS1's child should be sitting like every day for 3 hours preparing for JUMP. No, doing well in her classes and maybe trying to understand the different topics they don't get so that the topics don't pile up for SS3. So like, you know, one of our teachers once shared, like there is a big crater, very big, and then a small car is trying to fill it with a bit of soil. So it's not, this is how our SS3s look like. So we shouldn't be doing it. So they have a lot of gaps in the past. So they shouldn't leave anything from SS1 to SS2, so that in SS3 they can confidently prepare for their exams. And of course we have SAT. SAT is not a compulsory exam, but if you're opting for US or Canada, mostly for USA, SAT should be an exam that we as parents should consider, because this one will give us an opportunity to get a scholarship. I'm sure you have seen our flyers, you have seen our adverts. So a lot of our students are succeeding in their scholarship or university admission because they have SATs. We have the highest SAT is 1,600, and we have 1,570, 1,540. So we have students who really did well, and you will see the list of the scholarships our students got this year. So, and most of them did the SATs. Okay, so yes, sorry, David Sochima, we have one of our graduates, 1,590. It's only 10 points to the full, and the SAT is not an easy exam. So we are honored to have such successful students. So, university applications. Now, in SS3, we're going to help you with the platforms that we're using. So, any country you're interested in, any program you're interested in, as NTIC, as a Department of College and Career Counseling, we have it all. Just come see our counselors, they will help you. So, if your child is interested in going to US, so we have Apply Board, we have Navitas, we have High Times Academy. So, the only issue may be with the universities, for example, for Dubai, we cannot send our students to all universities. Only 2 universities can help you with visa. It's Heriot-Watt and Middlesex. The other universities do not help us. They say we cannot offer visa. So in that situations, yes, our hands are tied. But the others, we'll gladly send your child to any part of the world provided that our children are well prepared, and we have alumni department to care for them there. So when your child is NTIC, it's not just for studying. We are there for them always. So this is what I want to highlight. So yes, these are the partners. I have talked a lot, so I'm sure you're tired. So I'm going to fasten my pace. So what we have here. So these are just some of the scholarship our students received. Look at the number. In my country, you can buy houses, 3, 4 houses for some of them. I'm very honored. I'm very proud to have such children. Look at them. Look at the numbers. And these universities are top. They are not like 30,000. You know, there are approximately 37,000 universities in the world. And our students generally score first 100, first 1,000. So I don't think we have students who are in 30,000 or something. So let's look at one more. So University of Toronto, it is a university which is in top 20. And this child this year received the scholarship, like this one, 110,000. So I really envy their parents, actually. So I hope all of our children will get there, inshallah. So with our help, with the school's help, and with the parents' help, of course. So yes, basically, these are the things we want to discuss. We have a lot. I mean, we're going to listen to Ms. Sadiat also, but from on my side, this is, for now, I'm not saying it's all. I have a lot to talk about, but we don't want to take your time. So these are the basics we want to discuss today. And I want to finish the program with the video. It is about how parents think that they know best. But in reality, it's not always like that. So please, let's put the video on so that we can see what differences can be between us and the students, so our children.
I work in Post Malaysia.
I'm in the advertising line. I do voiceovers.
I'm currently a partner in HR outsourcing firm.
I was more into the hotel catering and management.
My father's a pilot, so I'll probably be a pilot.
I do not like to take orders, so I thought to myself, the right position is to be a manager or to own your own company.
Spoke to my dad, and he said, yeah, sure. Actually, he wanted me to join an office, 9-to-5 job, but I think it'd be a much better, stable job for you instead of this.
We had a military upbringing, so we didn't cross the line, I guess.
I wasn't in a very stable position at that time.
I want him to do programming, computer programming.
Being a parent, you kind of think, okay, you want your kids to go into something which everyone needs. I've got a tax consultant. Well, I need a tax consultant.
She's in Mandarin school, so I would imagine that she would want to take translator in Mandarin language or a newscaster in Mandarin language.
No, not at all.
As parents, of course, we want to have a say in our children's future.
No, I don't think so, not this year. I need to push him more. You have to concentrate on your studies because next year you are going to go to college.
I'm afraid that she won't give me to do whatever I want. And
Mom, I know you really want me to do computer science and making applications, but I'm sorry to say, but it's just not my calling.
She wants me to be a translator, actually, because I can speak 3 languages.
I think he's always leaned towards maybe accountancy or law.
Mom, I need to tell you that I want to be an interior designer.
Mom, Dad, I'm sorry I can't go with your decision for what you want from me. And I really just want to do what I want to do, and that is graphic design.
Dad, this isn't easy for me to say, but I want to be a journalist.
Well, admire her courage, you know, to actually be truthful about what she wants to do. So I'll have to respect that.
Even though if I may have my way, I would want her to be something else. But it's entirely her future, and I believe she's on the right path.
All right. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Really should. I didn't expect her to watch the video. So
I totally didn't know.
Big hug.
I'd like her to study something that'll make her rich. No. I want her to study what she wants to do.
Thank you very much. Can we please put our hands together for ourselves one more time? A wise man once said that if you are not informed, there is a possibility of you to become deformed. Information is very key in our current reality and in our world today. Thank you very much, Mrs. Sultanat, for that wonderful presentation. I think we need to give her a hand of applause for good job, excellent presentation. Thank you very much, madam. All right, all right. I hope parents, we are getting it right. That video is enough. If we end this conference at this point, I think we have achieved a major purpose for the day. There will be a time for question and answer. So please, parents, let's be ready for that. I want to welcome to the microphone the last presenter for today's conference. She is a college and career counselor, and she'll be taking us through on extracurricular activities. No any other person but Miss Saidat I or Ladapo. Welcome, please. All right, while she's coming forward, it will interest us to also know that this program is also carried on virtually. We have online guests and online participants. I'm going through their comments. They are very, very active. So we have both on-site and online guests. Let's be aware of that, please. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sadia Oladapo, and I'm the career counselor for NTIC Girls section. And I'll be taking us through extracurricular activities. Although we are aware with we are familiar with what extracurricular activity, my colleague, Mrs. Sultanat, have already briefed us on what extracurricular activity is about. Okay, so my next slide will be looking at 2 different resume of an high school student, because we are discussing about high scholars. So, oh, sorry. Okay, so here we have 2 resume, and before me we have expertise in different field. And if we have these 2 resumes submitted on our desk, that we should choose one to be part of our team for a very short time. There is no wrong or right answer, so you just have to raise up your hand if you're going with candidate A or candidate B. So let's see There is no right or wrong answer. You might have your reasons for choosing any of the candidates, and it's okay. So in less than 2 minutes, I'm sure we can come into a decision in our mind. Okay, so with candidate A, let me see. Okay, we have just 2. Okay, 3, 4. Okay, just 4 parents. Okay. So let's see for candidate B. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seems the rest of our parents are not participating because I'm sure before me we have more than 10 parents sitting here. So please, can we all participate? If you're going for candidate A, let's see our hands up once again. I'm sorry. Candidate A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, for candidate B now. Candidate B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay, thank you so much. Now, like I said earlier, we have our reasons for choosing this candidate, and there is no right or wrong answers. Okay. Let's proceed now to our extracurricular activity. What we already know. Like I said, Ms. Alsena has already briefed us through what extracurricular activity is all about. So we all know that extracurricular activity is inseparable part of the school. NTIC here, we are familiar with some of the activities we carry out, like cultural days, sports, Olympiad, and lots more. This is 21st century, and we all cannot deny the fact that extracurricular is very important all over the world. There are thousands of them, and you don't have to participate in everything, but you just have to find your talent, your gifts, and what you want to specialize on, your passion, and you build on that. Okay, we understand that our parents are busy this time around, but still we cannot lie to ourselves that we don't know some of the things that our child loves doing. All you need to do is motivate them more, inspire them more, and make them do that continuously so as not to lose interest in whatever they wanted to do. And with some of this passion, with some of this talent, they tend to build in what they wanted to become in future. Although along the line, they might just be like, okay, I want this my talent to just be a passion and not a career. But that doesn't stop the fact that some of the talents can actually become their career in future. And for us not to make them regret whatever they wanted to go into, we all know that they all have different talents, and we should work on that. So even if they are excelling in their studies, we shouldn't put a close eye to the fact that they have talent that can be built upon. With that, we are going to move to the next slide. I know we've been tired, so I'm just going to make it quick and short. Okay, here we are going to look at the types of curricular activities we have. We have academics, we have social, we have creative, and we have physical activities. Okay, what are the things we have other academics activities? And the beautiful thing is that here in NTIC, we actually go with all of these types of extracurricular activity and even more. So you are on the right environment of learning. Okay, so under the academics activity, we have story writing competition, poetry recitation competition, essay writing competition, and spelling bee. We all have experienced this, or let me not say we all, but most of our parents have experienced this with our students, because countless times, even myself, I've experienced our students giving us some poetry competition, and we are always happy and excited about what they present to us. Okay, so on the social activities, we have student council participation, school newspaper participation, awareness campaign participation, and cleanliness drive participation. Okay, I could remember one of our students, if I'm not mistaken, who was given admission because they went for HIV campaign. It wasn't even certificated. It's just a picture that was submitted to the university, and they gave a scholarship for that. So what are we trying to say here? We shouldn't say, oh, I only wanted my child to participate in academic type of curricula alone. Let's look broader. The world, we have the global goals that we are trying to achieve. It's global, and the aim is to leave no one behind. So why should we say, oh, I send you to school and you just need to focus on academics only. No, this is 21st century once again, and I will not stop saying that. We cannot keep living in the 90s when we are already in the 20s. We've even left the 20s, we're in the 21. So please, I think as the world is changing, we need to keep reminding ourselves the need for us to learn, unlearn, and relearn, just like one of the presenter, one said. So moving on to the physical activities, we have the Scouts and Guides, we have sports day participation, we have sports. Yes, I think currently they're having a basketball tournament, and these are some of the things our students can actually participate in. Our students are your child. So this is we telling you to please help encourage them to participate in these activities. So the next one is the creative activities. We have singing competition, dance competition, photography competition, model competition. I remember last time we have Talent Hunt. Is it Talent or Talent Fair? In collaboration with Vento. Okay, Talent Show, yes, thank you. Talent Show. And as much as I know that most of our students participated, I know there are still some students that are still withdrawing from this activity. And this is why we are having this conference today, for our parents to please help us encourage your child. This is not only for today, and it's not only for NTIC alone. When they want to go to university, it helps them prepare their mind. It helps them build their resilience and confidence skills, leadership skills. Okay, we'll look into that in our subsequent slide. So moving on to our next slide, importance of curricular activities. Okay, like I said earlier, leadership skills, creative thinking skills, problem solving skills, and social skills. I think there is a current Guinness World Record holder, Tunde Onokoya. Yes. Now his career is based on what was thought was just a mere, let me just put it, extracurricular activity. Let me put it that way. But of course, the dad wasn't saying it that way. But look at him today. He's like a treasure, both to his parents, to Nigeria, and to the world as a whole. So what are we still trying to say? We cannot ignore extracurricular activity from our academic activity. So these are the different importance, and we'll still see more benefits of this in our subsequent slide again. So these are all the available extracurricular activities in NTIC, but not limited to this actually, we have lots of them. So now that we've seen this, I don't know, maybe when we get home, we are going to ask our child, which of these activity have you been participating in, or which one will you encourage them to join in the future? You don't have to tell me, you just have to think about it in your mind. I know we are here because of this, and yes, I want to believe that's going to happen when you get home. I just want to believe, and I hope my belief is valid. Okay. So to the next one. I hope, okay. Oh, sorry. So yes, we get to know we have something called super curricular activity. For me, not quite long. We always categorize everything under extracurricular activity. But during one of our International Guidance Counselor Week, yes, for Cambridge, we get to know about, thank you, Mr. Tanas, we get to know about the super curricular activity. Although NTIC is offering this, but we do not know it's meant to be classified under super curricular activity. So during this week, which was just, I think it was last month, we get to know about this, and we said, okay, we are going to introduce this as well to our parents. We are learning every day, yes. So what do we mean by super curricular activities? They said, you just doing sports and poetry and all other activity cannot just be termed as super curricular activity, but it has to be specifically tailored toward whatever you want to study. Okay, I want to be a medicine tomorrow, and yes, of course, you went for an HIV campaign or you've planted a lot of trees, but how does this relate to what you want to study in future? What's the relationship with what you want to study and what you've been doing so far? And yes, Our department is to carry out internship program. That is, your child had to submit whatever they want to study to us, and we had to look for an organization that is doing that. We take them there. It lasts for 4 weeks. They talk to the professionals there. They carry out some little activity they can because they are still in high school. And yes, these are what we refer to as supercurricular activities. So other supercurricular activities include research projects or paper. We carry out career fair last term we did career fair, and I could see some amazing projects that our students carried out, and this is an example of extracurricular activities. So we have science fair, theater, or competitions. We have academic session or workshops, books, journal, or magazine, relevant work experience, lectures or talks. I think we have TEDx, and some of our students used to represent us there. Volunteer works or community service related to their field of study. We have the SDG goals. So of course, technically all careers can fall under any of the SDG goals you want to do. Attending conferences or seminars, radio shows, or podcasts. So moving on to the next slide. What is the difference between extracurricular activity and supercurricular activities? Just like we've seen together, I want to believe by now we can differentiate between extracurricular activities and supercurricular activities. So for extracurricular activities, we said they are not directly related to the student's academic fields of study. For instance, the planting of trees might not be related to someone that wants to study medicine or someone that wants to study. Okay, I think planting of trees can be related to them, but not very. But it might not be related to someone that wants to study law, international relation, interior design, or fashion. Extracurricular activities are often recreational or hobby-based. For example, sports, music, arts, clubs. We have some people that are doing sports, but they might not want to become a sports manager or a sports doctor or not want to study something that is related to sports, but they see it as an hobby and have passion for it and pursue it. It may not require a prior knowledge or skills in a specific subject area, are typically done for personal enjoyment, socialization, and character development. While for supercurricular, they are directly related to the student's academic field of study, like I said earlier, require prior knowledge and skill in a specific subject area, are often academic in nature, demonstrate a student's passion, dedication, and commitment to their field of study. What's happening? Okay, thank you. I think I did it twice. Okay, here we're actually looking at the benefits, and we have 3 benefits. This back. So we have 3 benefits. We have academic benefits. We have, okay, yes. We have career and college readiness, and then we have the personal growth and development. So we'll look at the academic benefit now. So it encourages curiosity and love for learning. These are the benefits of curricular and extracurricular activities. You're doing this and you want to know more. So it brings out the curiosity and love for learning because you're going to learn while doing whatever you want to do. It improves academic performance and engagement, develops research and project management skills, enhances learning through hands-on experience. Okay, I want to attend, I'm going for an Olympiad competition. Of course, you're going to go beyond what you're learning in class. Oh, I need to make more research. You'll be curious. What could the question be? I think I need to enter lab. Okay, I think I need to enter the library. Okay, I think I need to go online and make more research. What are your past questions? So these are some of the things that extracurricular brings or the students benefit from participating in all of those things. They don't confine themselves. They think outside the box. They are no longer inside the box because they'll be like, oh, I'm meeting people I've never met before, people that are not in my school, people that I don't know what their intellectual quotients contain. What if I'm not as best as them? So they want to go beyond. I need to be prepared to let them know that, okay, I am also fit for this. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Right, because I want to make it very fast. Personal growth and development. Participating in extracurricular or supercurricular activities, no doubt the student is going to develop some of the skills. Like, it boosts their self-esteem. Oh, I've been to this place before. Let's take, for instance, this is the first time I'm talking on the podium. No doubt I might be anxious, I might be scared. Oh, I've never talked to crowd before. But I've done it the first time, I've done it the second time, I've done it, oh, we're like, I think I'm used to something like this. That doesn't mean the anxiety is not there, but it's not going to be as much as it is before. So the self-esteem must be boosted. The confidence is there. I know what I want to talk about. This is not my first time making this presentation. I've learned things. Okay, my first presentation, probably there are some mistakes or, yes, you're going to adjust. And when you're presenting the fourth time, the fifth time, you're just used to that, and you'll be able to make your presentation. And people will be able to be like, oh, this girl knows, or this boy knows what he or she is doing. Okay, encourage self-expression and creativity. Develop emotional intelligence and empathy. Foster independence, responsibility, and accountability. So yes, at the end of the presentation, you'll be able to, okay, can you assess, even it can be with your friend, can you assess how I did? With your classmates, can you assess my presentation? How was it? Can you rate it for me? Okay, I think I need to do better. Okay, I think I'm improving. And with that, going into our institution, you're used to something like this, and even if there will be any slight changes, it won't be as someone that is just starting afresh. So these are some of the benefits of extracurricular activity. Okay, for career and college readiness. Okay, like we said, and I cited one example already. One of our students that got admission and a scholarship just because they participated in HIV campaign. These are some of the career and college readiness we are looking about. Like the Cambridge universities we are talking about, Cambridge colleges we are talking about. Okay, you've been doing this, and when they look at your resume, they were like, ah, she was, or she is, or he was once the founder of so and so. This person is going to be of benefit to our country as well, to our college as well. I think we can tap from the person's knowledge, and it's going to impact the rest of our students positively. So in career and college readiness, it demonstrates commitment and passion to colleges and employers, develops skills and experience that stand out on applications, build a network of mentors, peers, and professionals, prepare students for internship, jobs, and leadership roles. Just like the two resumes I showed us initially, although I said there is no right or wrong answer, as much as some university will be like, okay, your CGPA is perfect, 5/5, 100% over 100%. There's still some university that will go beyond that. We need a all-rounded student, a holistic view of each individual, each student, each applicant. Okay, this student is good academically. Probably not perfect, not a perfect score. But looking at other impact to the society, okay, she has joined or volunteer for planting of 1,000 trees with social organization. Okay, she once attended the TEDx seminar. Okay, she once did the science fair. She once carried out this project. She once do this, but then we have another one with a perfect grade. Which should we go for? They'll be like, I think this will be of benefit to our community and to our society and to the world at large. Because if today we are facing a problem, these students will be able to think critically outside the academic box and help us propose solutions that can be useful to solve whatever problem you are having. So let's go with this. Although we have a lot of judges to go through the applications and be like, okay, I think we can go with the one with the perfect score. But what if the one with the extracurricular has more hands up than those with the perfect grade? So with that, I think it's important we look at extracurricular activity in whatever we're doing. Okay, so next slide. I'm almost done. I'm trying to make it fast. Okay, this is just a summary of what we've done so far. The importance of extracurricular activity in shaping our child's future and other numerous benefits. And then the next one is call to action. The call to action is about we as parents, what are we going to do after the conference? What are we going to do? Okay. My dear child, what have you been doing so far? We are not saying you should pressure your child to do what they don't want to do, but you should be able to convince them the reason. You make them say reasons why they should do what you wanted them to do. We are also doing our part in school, no doubt, but we have some situation where they'll be like, oh, my parents is here, my driver is here to pick me, this. So this is what we are trying to. We can work with the school. Okay, which of this day are they doing clubs? Which of this day is for this? Do we have any extracurricular for this day? So you don't have to send your driver down and then we'll start having back and forth with students why you shouldn't go home because you have extracurricular today. Even sometimes when we take students for internship, we hear things that our driver is already in school, so we need to round off. Why we have other students that still have a lot of questions to ask the professionals there? And we cannot be having confrontation with students over something that is very clear and glaring. We send letters out to parents sometimes as well. So this is we urging parents to please help us in achieving this to shape your child's future. So with that, here's the call to action, like I've explained, and with that we've come to the end of our presentation. If there is any question and answer, I think we can have it now. Thank you very much for listening.
I think we can clap some more for her. Thank you. All right. What a great day, what a day. I think the stakeholders that are here, we've been so patient enough. At this point, we want to take questions and answers. You have a question, you have a contribution. There is something that is not very clear to you at the course of the presentations, and you want to ask a question, so please, the floor is open for us to take questions. And the head of College and Career Counseling Department, Mrs. Sultanat, is here with us, and some other stakeholders to respond to our questions gladly. So you can indicate with a raise of hand, then the microphone will be passed on to you. Then you will give us your question, and that will be attended to. You have been patient, parents, you've been patient, teachers, and other stakeholders here. You've been amazing in this conference today. Please, one more time, can you put your hands together for yourself? Thank you. Excellent. You've been so wonderful today, as ever. Thank you very much. Do we have questions? Do we have questions? All right. Perhaps you don't want to ask a question openly. We also have the windows open to us so we can meet the stakeholders one-on-one after this. Mrs. Sultanat and other presenters and other stakeholders in this department will be on ground right away in this conference hall. You can meet them one-on-one and then ask one or two questions. All right. Thank you very much for coming, and I hope it's a beautiful Saturday. Let's call it a day. Good afternoon.
position. Stand, and when I see nobody, darling, stand up. Get your my guy no for me. Malik Berry on this and I'm killing the beat. Sticky DJ put on repeat. In my mood every day you say, oh, real bad girls them follow it.
Because you know, say now you did for my conscience, not the reason why you did, gotta. And anytime when I say make you give me job, you know even they try that jara. Waiting there for your list where I know fit to buy on my legion one. See you my girl, I swear you they give me ginger one. Girl, you they make me crazy, I swear you they scatter my internet.
I'm Solby, a senior at UC Berkeley, and I want to share with you how Empower has empowered me on my educational journey.
Feel my pain, don't tell me say me got on my wrist. Spin me around like a hurricane, no run away. Look in my eyes, you go feel my pain. Don't tell me say me got on my wrist. Spin me around like a hurricane, no run away.
Baby, I miss you, baby. But I'm out here thinking, if you really love me, choose between me and the shorty that I hide it. You really think that I'm blind? I wanna do it for one night. I should see me, I'm fragile. If you did for me, give me your loving. For your sake, honey, I could disappear, honey.
All up in my face, she go keep dancing.